Anyways, y'all, we're gonna go ahead and end our virtual field trip here. We've been out here for I don't even know how many days.
It's
all the days.
I think we've been here for 3 days, 4 days.
Here on this side for 3 or 4
We've been
days.
on this side for 4 days, I think.
And then we were up in Duxford for 3 days as well.
Yeah.
It's been a whirlwind trip.
Oh man. It's been a month and a week as far as
a month and a
covered.
week.
Yeah.
That's a good way to say it. Every day, certainly we're prepared, right? We have our gear, our batteries are packed up or charged up, our modems are working, our solo's ready to go. We set the titles and everything like that, but just about every morning we've been more flexible than organized. We were prepared, but being prepared with all of our stuff let us be really flexible with this trip. So every day we sort of had an idea of something we might want to see, but based on the weather and based on the traffic and based on road closures and heads of state coming in and that sort of stuff, we played it by ear just about every single day. And I think it
worked out.
It worked out pretty well.
Worked out pretty well.
Every day that we came out to a location here in Normandy with the camera, we were able to capture something awesome. We had beautiful locations. We saw aircraft fly over. We drove on the beach in a Jeep. We spoke with the 101st veteran here this morning. Everything we did was on the fly, but everything worked out wonderfully.
It worked out, yeah. I think we put ourselves in places where good things could happen.
Yes.
And we put ourselves in places that were historically significant that we knew you guys would be interested in, or knew that once you knew why it was interesting, would find it really interesting.
Yeah.
And we discovered a lot. I discovered a lot. I've been reading about this stuff, studying this stuff for a lot of years now, and I learned a ton on this trip. And that never stops, right? I mean, lifelong learning is literally lifelong. And to come to somewhere like this and kind of show you guys this and hopefully inspire you to not only come here, but to recognize that the world is a big place. History's even bigger in a lot of places. You have absolutely maybe not even know what's right outside your door to go out and discover that might be significant and exciting, and maybe something you want to be a part of. And so that's kind of what we like to do on these things, is to kind of get you thinking about things around you and maybe adding some things to your bucket list. So hopefully all of you out there, if you have not been here yet, are thinking about making a trip here yourself, because there really is no way to really beat it. You know, being here in person.
I mean, come here. No, not everybody can come to France, come to Normandy. There are museums all over the world. There are historic sites all over the world. Like Jay said, the world is a big place, and there's a lot to see. So go take a weekend or something like that. Take a day and go to a local museum. Go there, see artifacts, see locations, just sort of get a sense of gravity of events that happened at whatever they are. You know, they don't have to be battlefields even. They could just be historic sites for one reason or another, an old mill or something, right? And when you go there, talk to people. Everybody we've talked to randomly has been so fantastic. And they didn't have to be official people, they didn't have to be reenactors, just a random guy who had a bit of information that he wanted to share because he's an enthusiast about it too. You can't know everything. There are going to be people who have different opinions in some places, and have different information, have different facts, have different viewpoints even. And if you can go out and you can sort of just absorb some of that, you're going to be a better person for it.
And we find
more enriched.
I've been really reminded that we have so much more in common between ourselves than we do differences. And the differences are only in a lot of cases, not all, but a lot of cases, only as big as we make them. And or only as big as we allow to be. And we get to decide how we want to respond to people who disagree with us, right? We live in an era where disagreement seems to be almost always with anger and frustration and dividing up and listening to our echo chambers. And we have not seen that here. We have seen people here who are so grateful that everyone is out here for a shared experience. People who live here who are still grateful 75 years afterwards and still remember and honor the sacrifices made. That's a wonderful reminder and model of what happens when people get along and decide to work on something together rather than focusing on all the things, because there's always things that make us different. But by focusing on those, we lose a lot of opportunities to see what's possible.
We were driving here this morning and there was the local grocery store. And on the grocery store, there was a banner that said, "Welcome our liberators."
Yeah.
75 years later, and there's a banner that they put out on the grocery store.
And all the flags.
All the flags and all the decorations, and the banner on the grocery store said "Welcome Our Liberator." So we felt nothing but welcomed here as we visited Normandy, as we visited France. So it's really been a fantastic experience.
It's been amazing, and a lot of the wrangling, you know, talk about setting yourself up for success. It really helps when you have a wrangler.
Yes, it really does help when we have a wrangler.
Yeah.
Look at this cute little man back.
Yeah. Okay.
But
we have to get
we're referring to DC3 girl over here. All the amazing opportunities that she's sort of set up. I mean, I guess what's the saying? Luck is preparation meets opportunity.
Yes.
And we had our preparation because we trusted our gear. Saber knows what he's doing. We sort of trusted that we would be able to get this live stream here, so we provided the preparation. DC3 girl provided the opportunities by literally just talking. Hey, you want to come talk to the camera?
By not taking no for an answer.
I'm not taking no for an answer. I mean, the 60 seconds to DC3, like, we should make a movie about that. DC3 in 60 seconds.
And then it just happened to be the owner and pilot of the plane and his co-pilot.
Who was sitting in the van with us.
Yeah.
So just so many different things. I know that we've been able to experience a lot of really awesome things here. I'm glad we were able to share these experiences with you, and I hope that you take some inspiration, not just to learn about what we've done here, but be inspired to create your own cool experiences. Right? Like I said, go to a museum or something like that. Go and talk to somebody and just sort of absorb the world around you. I mean, it's fun to watch videos, it's fun to sit and stare at the TV or something like that, but there's a lot to do out here.
There is.
I can't stress enough.
No, when we get home and once we get over our jet lag and kind of get resettled, I'm going to be putting up a big reflection piece that I'm going to write up and I'm going to put on my website. !JDK, you guys can go there now.
Go.
See my website, read about Crella's Inferno, my novel that takes place in a world where D-Day failed. And explores that story. But I have a blog there that I haven't touched since I got here. I just literally have not had time.
Yeah.
And so I'll certainly be putting social media posts out. But I'll let Dos and Saber know about that, and so you guys can go there.
We have lots of relevant video about what you're going to be talking about.
Yeah, we have a lot of pictures
that y'all haven't seen.
We're going to put something up. So stay tuned for that on the other end, because I know I personally am going to need a little bit of time to kind of absorb all of this.
Just digest it.
To digest it all. So
So we're gonna do the NASCAR thing too. I say the NASCAR thing. You saw our flight jackets, we got patches on it. We're able to come out and do these sorts of events primarily because of y'all. You show up to the streams, you pay my paycheck, you sub to the channel and stuff like that. You donated to Vectors over $10,000 to Vectors, which is the 501c3 nonprofit in support of these virtually engaging events like this, particularly the field trips. We're able to come out here and do this through the generous support of Twitch viewers like you. PBS it up a little bit too. You like that?
Well done.
Yeah.
Well done.
But all joking aside, I said it when we were doing the fundraising. It's not just the financial support, but it's the trust that y'all show to our team, that you trust us to support us to come out here and produce this sort of, produce is such a weird word, just share this sort of content, right? And I appreciate it because last I checked, we couldn't pay United Airlines with trust. So the financial support is definitely important.
Yeah.
But every night when I go to sleep, I'm humbled by the trust that you put in us to come and share this with you.
Yeah.
So I cannot express how much I appreciate y'all. This is why I just keep running my mouth. This is all I know how to do.
Run it, man.
It is. JDK, it's been fantastic having you here as well.
Awesome.
Like, just
thanks so much.
The time and having the expertise and
time of my life.
Giving me time to step off camera and fix something right quick.
Yeah, it's truly been one of the best experiences of my life. And it's my big introduction to this community.
Oh yeah.
And introduction to these options and these possibilities. And I have had so much fun just being a part of it and learning all about it and getting the questions from people in real time is just the best.
Yep.
You know, and getting the pictures
it's
and
just
the
such a tool.
It's so amazing.
It's like a powerful tool.
It's so amazing. I've had an absolute blast. We need to do something like this again.
Absolutely.
And it'll be a lot of fun.
I don't think it's the last time we'll see you on camera.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Thanks. And thanks so much to chat for all of your support and questions and clarifications and helping me track down information.
Yep.
It's really helped me kind of be able to keep my eyes open and stay contemplative and think about stuff, that hopefully sharing perspectives with you on some of these things.
Yeah.
I was able to do that because I was able to free up some bandwidth because of your participation. So,
and I don't want to speak for you, but you've got a PhD in modern history, 20th century.
20th century
right?
history, yeah.
I would imagine that you've probably learned some things.
I have.
Out here.
I have.
Right? So the guy with the PhD is still learning things as well. So this is a point that I like to make, right? It doesn't matter if you're not an expert in something.
That's right.
It doesn't matter if you don't already know every rivet that was on every aircraft, and this gun was actually the 76mm. You don't have to be that person to enjoy this, and you don't have to be that person to be a part of the community.
No.
You just have to. You don't have to be a person, I guess. Dogs can join. I don't care.
No.
I bet some nice ones.
But everybody, all levels of interest, all levels of enthusiasm, all levels of knowledge, all ages, everybody can participate in this.
Absolutely.
And we don't want anybody to ever feel like, oh, I don't want to say anything because that's a dumb question. People will make fun of me. I hope that that's never the vibe that you get from us.
Yeah. It should never be the vibe you get from me. I have no trouble answering any questions from any level.
Yeah.
And frankly, there's times I don't know the answer.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I think it's one of the most important things I've learned is to know when to say I don't know.
Yeah.
And the stuff that I've learned, it's been more factual information and more names and places, but everywhere I go, I learn more human things.
Right.
And to me, that's what's really interesting. The human story, the emotions we've seen, the togetherness, that's what really stands out to me. The facts I can find anytime I need it.
There's a Wikipedia article or something.
Right. The human knowledge, the connectivity knowledge is really what I enjoy these days. And we got so much of it on this and so much of it in this process. So it was an absolute blast. My pleasure.
It absolutely was. Again, y'all, JDK win again. It's the first time I met you when we got here.
Right.
Like we didn't even talk on the phone.
Nope.
You met him shouting at each other at the airport.
He saw the guys with the camera and the backpack, and he's like, "You looking for Julia?"
That was my welcome.
Yeah, that was how we met each other
welcome.
at Duxford on the airstrip at Duxford.
Yeah. So awesome.
Hey, other things, y'all. Like I said,
I'm gonna step off so you can say your goodbyes.
No, it's all good.
So, all right.
Other
Thanks,
things, the equipment that we use, Live View. Thank you so much for supporting us again. I've said it over the course of the field trip. I was confident to come out here on this sort of big ticket event because I had faith that we'd be able to get that Live View Solo getting a quality stream. The cameras and everything, all the gear that we use, we've used it on all sorts of stuff, and just the experience with it and the knowledge that we could trust the Live View Solo to do its job out here is one reason that I roll the dice to come out and do this trip, right? So Live View, for the equipment and for the products y'all make, the Live View Solo that makes this whole thing possible with our tiny team with a budget that's nowhere near the regular news teams and stuff like that, right? That's one reason that this is possible, is because we trusted that equipment was going to work and do its job and bring some cool video footage to you. So Live View Solo, Live View, the equipment we use, I can't say thank you enough. I would not have been confident come out here with a cell phone and oh yes, and here we are, check us out, we're live streaming from a cell phone or something, isn't the same as the setup we've got here. So also thank you for the financial consideration, the actual money that you gave us. The equipment is one thing, but the money actually really did help us with that match you did. So Live View, massively appreciate you. Also, Unlimited IRL, all 4 of our modems, since we got the first day, the modems troubleshot, ready to go. We got over here, we plugged them in. We had to fix one thing because we had an IP address conflict that couldn't be tested until we were actually here in Europe. All week long, I pressed the button, all 4 modems boot up, and we had a good signal all day long. We had to go inside of a German bunker to lose signal. That's where we lost signal. In one of those bunkers, we actually walked through because the door opening was big enough to let the signal inside. So all over the course of the trip, everywhere we've gone here, we've had fantastic signal from the Unlimited IRL modems. Unlimited IRL, thank you all so much. Same sort of thing. If I had flown over here and I didn't have somebody that I trusted saying, yeah, we have streamers that use these over there, we know that this will work. If I didn't have that, I would have been a lot less confident to even start accepting donations to say we could do this trip. So a big shout out for Unlimited IRL as well on the 4 modems you're using. If you have any more technical questions about the modems or about Unlimited IRL or about the LiveView Solo, feel free to ask me in my Discord. I might not be answering questions right now because we're sort of doing the outro, but I'm always available. My email address, ! email and chat, we'll get that. If you go to Discord, I can answer questions as well. I want to enable more people to do what we've been doing the last week. Because the world, like we said, the world is a big place. We love it, but we can't go everywhere. And the more people we have sharing these sort of real experiences with people, the better off it's going to be, wherever they get sent to. So anyways, y'all, there's JDK's URL. Yeah, right there. There's JDK's URL. You can click on the link to go to his website.
Thanks in advance.
Yep, there's the email right there. Also, there's the email. I'm just scrolling through really quickly. You capture the feel of everything so much better than any news crew could ever do. Wow, thank you, Eshop. Thank you so much for saying that. I mean, I know that sometimes we're like, I don't know, turn the camera, dive at it, whatever. Like, that's our vibe, but that's us. that's us. We're wrong sometimes because I yelled Spitfire. I'm like, well, it's a Spitfire, and like, no, it's a Mustang. But just we're prepared and we trust our gear and stuff like that. But we do get excited because we're real people. So, anyways, yeah, can't trust that cloud OBS. Nice. Big thanks to everyone, Nerdium. This has been absolutely amazing. It really has. JDK, want to go to a rocket launch?
Yeah.
All right, JDK wants to go to a rocket launch. We can set that up. Hey, I'm just going through the entire list here. Saber on the camera. Saber has been running the camera the entire week, y'all, and Saber's done a fantastic job as well. I actually, hang on, look, I'm stealing the camera from you right quick. Look, I got it. Look. Oh, you're clipped in,
yeah,
actually. Can you unclip? It's fine. Okay, I'm pointing the camera at you, dude.
Fine.
Look, right here, we've got, I don't have enough run.
Here, let me do it.
Let me do it.
I'll show myself.
You don't have enough cable to do it.
No, I could go here. Hey, what's up, everybody?
Let me show myself.
You're disrupting my work.
You're disrupting my work. Y'all, give a massive amount of thanks to Saber in chat.
Thank you, everyone.
Please. Because all of the gratuitous zooms and the aircraft tracks and all that sort of stuff was absolutely positively fantastic. So yeah, there you go, Saber. There's a whole lot of hearts in chat for Saber. I was just gonna, and then the cable was too short, and I'm like,
Give me that.
Oh wow, hey, mods. We gotta thank the moderators too. All the mods that have been changing the lower third, answering questions in chat, putting up links when we're like !JDK, and then all of a sudden in chat there's a clickable link that you can pop over. Looking up things and stuff like that. Everything across the board. You can't have a good stream like this without mods. So a massive thanks to all the mods that it actually woke up at ridiculous hours. Absolutely ridiculous hours. Because of our time zone versus their time zones and stuff. So massive thanks to the mods as well. Who else did I miss? I probably missed, did I miss anybody? I think we got everybody. Saber, the mods. I'm me. That's okay. I had too much fun to accept any thanks for this. So it really was a blast, and we will have to do this sort of stuff again. Virtual field trips. There's a siren coming. No, they heard us. They caught us, chat. We might have to get out of here now. They're coming across the bridge. Raise the bridge real quick. No, but for real, I'm gonna do one more thing. I'm gonna say thank y'all one more time for our experience yesterday. It is a siren coming across. Y'all were fantastic when we walked through the cemetery yesterday. Yeah, sure. I said thank you so much for not being Twitch chat for. There was almost 40 minutes that we walked through there.
Almost, yeah.
And y'all are a fantastic community, not just from the support and stuff like that, but just from the way you conduct yourself whenever we're here trying to share this stuff with people. We had couple thousand people watching, and just, you wouldn't have thought it was Twitch chat. You thought it was like post-moderated or something, where all the bad comments had already been filtered out because chat was so amazing. Look, Saber, you gotta get it.
Military truck.
It's military trucks crossing the bridge. It looks like a tow truck. Huh. All right, well, if they're coming to pick us up, I'm okay with it.
Right, absolutely.
We gotta get these guys to Paris.
Yeah, we gotta get these guys to Paris, stat. that is where we're headed next, y'all. We've got to pack up our gear and reorganize everything, pad the cameras and stuff, get in the car. We got about 3 hours to get back to Paris. We're getting on a train, we're riding to London, we're spending the night in London. I've got a flight at 6 a.m. tomorrow so I can get back to my family. So that is what our plan is. There will be no more streams right now. So this is the end of the virtual field trip. So one more time, I don't have like a written sign off or anything like that. I'll just say thank you one more time for making this possible and letting us do this event and share it with you and just literally have this as a part of our lives, I guess. And that's it. Yeah. So from all of our crew here, as the siren heads down the road with the military convoy sort of leaving us here, I'm just gonna say thank y'all one more time, and later, nerds. Good field trip. Good field trip.